What's up, YouTube? It's your boy Big Boy John 25. Welcome back to my channel. So I'm gonna do my WWE Raw review and highlights. So you guys can hit that like button and let's get started. The show starts. The show opens with a brawl in the ring as Samoa Joe tries to restore the peace, and Bailey and Sasha and Asuka wall on each other. The referee comes down and breaks it up, and Joe gets on the mic to welcome us to the show. It's supposed to be a contract signing, he says, and the brawl restarts. Enter Dolph Ziggler for some good God-forsaken reason. He gets on the mic and introduces Drew McIntyre, and I see now it's a double contract signing for both main event level singles title on Raw. For my opinion is this: they should make Samoa Joe as Raw General Manager. That's all I gotta say. And Tim, what you think about it? What you think about it down below in the comment section? Should Samoa Joe be the Raw? Should Samoa Joe be the general manager for Monday Night Raw? Let me know down below in the comment section. But let me continue. Ziggler gets on the mic and asks where McIntyre would be without him, and the answer is that he'll be scratching and crawling and obstructedly somewhere. He lays out a vision of their match where he survives everything. Drew throws at him and wins the title, and then they sign the contract. McIntyre says there was a time when they were like brothers, and families is always honest with each other. He wants through help to become the champion he is, and the biggest lesson of his journey is that the game is more mental than physical. He says Dolph needs the title because he's never been the center of attention and his dream of being. He always dropped the ball for the finish line, and Drew gonna make him do it again. He gonna do him a favor because they're family, and he's gonna let Ziggler pick the stipulation for the match. Dolph scrubs and Asuka interrupts and yells at their him, or Sasha Banks in Japanese. She signs her contract and Banks gets on the mic. She says she's not the same person Asuka faced before. She's the blueprint in the conversation at Extreme Rules. She become two belts. When she and Bailey are both double champs, they are going to take over the company. Sasha stamps the contract, and Bailey says that be a honor show, and awkwardly work the tagline in. Asuka attacks with a kick. They brawl. Drew catches a kick. Dolph ducks a big boot, and the heels run away up the ramp. Backstage, Angel Garza is trying to bribe the referee Jessica Carr with a rose. We see that Selena Vega and Andrade Cien are with them. Carr leaves in an interview, rolls up. They said they'd be next in line for the title shot after they beat the Viking Raiders. And Big Show rolls up and to say he's pulling rank, and he'll be next because he has some issues with Randy Orton. So we go to commercial break. At this point, for my own opinion, they should turn Andrade into a babyface. That's just my opinion, because Selena Vega is with Angel Garza. But I just had to say it. So and yeah, let me continue. I just had to put that out there. Back from the break, an angry giant calls Randy Orton out. Big Show reminds Randy that he's a legend, but Andrade Cien, Selena Vega, and Angel Garza come down. He says it's not the mood to play. Andrade says Orton question shows legend status, and he says he got good boots, older than Garza, and retries that he's not in the mood. Angel says it doesn't really matter what Big Show is. He's gonna learn what the Street Profits will soon realize. Big Show cuts him off and says if he wants to fight, come, but Vega gets on the mic and says her boys are going to do Randy Orton a favor. They surround the ring and tease to getting into fight show. Enter 71-year-old Ric Flair on his third week running, being a pandemic central. He says Selena knows how much respect he has for her and her boys, but he needs to have a word with his old friend, the great Big Show. Rennie will come when he feels like it. He's backstage right now, and if shows keep it up, Orton gonna be a bigger and better legend killer. Until then, he gives Vega and her boys blessings to have fun at the giant expense. They go to attack, but the Viking Raiders say Big Show. Alright. Andrade and Angel Garza versus the Viking Raiders. This was a pretty good tag team match. This was a pretty good tag team match, I should say. Back from commercial in progress, Eric in control on Garza, staying one step ahead and dropping him with a waistlock takedown. Tag made. Vikings work him over with quick tags, but eventually Angel Garza gets back and nails Eric with a super kick, almost and working Eric over. Quick tag from Andrade and bells and starts to leave, promoting Vega to argue with him as we go to break. Back from the break, Andrade has returned to the ring and is working Eric over in the corner with Garza assistance. The Vikings fight back. Judo throw into a knee strike. Tag in Ivar. Andrade barely tags out. Warbread has his way with Angel fighting train crossbody cartwheel lariat and Andrade when he runs in. Benzai drop on Garza, busting through a lariat, handspring, back elbow counter with a drop kick, and both men are down and out. Tag made. The Vikings stack him up, and Eric hits the world's strongest slam powerbomb combo, popping Andrade up. He slips out of Viking experience. The match breaks down. Double knee in the corner. Eric pulling at him at forced to break by referee Jessica Carr. Eric to the floor. Garza puts him into the pose. Tag made. Underhook. Andrade Cien and Angel Garza win by pinfall with the wing clipper from Angel Garza on Eric. This match was pretty good. This tag team match was pretty good. But I believe in that Andrade is going to turn babyface. That's just my opinion. So that's all I gotta say from here. So, but anyway, this tag team match was pretty good. Then after that, Andrade leaves alone with a sullen look on his face, with Selena Vega chasing after him. We get a recap of the Liv Morgan stuff from last week. Ruby Riott is showing hanging out backstage when the iconic duo show up to pick on her and calls her a loser. Ruby asks who it was that blew their tag title shot against Sasha Banks and Bayley, which gets them all defensive. Riott wants one of them to wrestle her so the other one can cart her pal to the back after she's done beating the crap out of her, and we go to commercial break. For my opinion is this, that Ruby Riott and Shotzi Blackheart should be a future tag team, but you know WWE is going to mess that up. Just like Tim said with Lacey Evans and Dana Brooke should be a tag team. You know what I'm saying? I appreciate Tim for saying that on his review. So I got to give Tim credit for credit's due. So shouts to Tim. All right, back from the break. Angel Garza and Andrade are breaking with Selena Vega, trying to keep the peace when Ric Flair rolls up to the mumbly old man so quiet. I can't understand what he wanted, but they all walk off together. Akira Tozawa versus Asuka for the WWE 24/7 Championship. This match was garbage. Circling, Tozawa goes behind in a schoolboy for one. Collar and elbow. Truth with a slide headshot off hanging the ropes. Ron dances for us. Akira calls some ninjas power and gets dumped to the floor. Back inside, dumped down Leapfrog. Truth knees gives out, and it was a rules. It was a rush. R-Truth wins the pinfall with a schoolboy pin to win the WWE 24/7 Championship back. That match was garbage anyway. Post match, one of Tozaro's ninjas tries to steal the title back with their roll up, but Truth runs away and out through the crowd. Bobby Lashley and Montavious Porter are hanging out backstage. Lashley says disrespect to MVP is disrespect to him. He does not want Porter offering Apollo Crews another shot at sitting under his learning tree. Montel says he's not going to do the offer is deal, but he wants to give him a few more pearls of wisdom, and he takes everything away from him. They walk off and pass Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy. Seth's holding one of Rey Mysterio's masks and says this is his most important message and he has to deliver it now. Then they walk off and we go to break. Back from the commercial, Seth Rollins and Buddy Murphy make their entrance way to get a recap of last week's business with Rey Mysterio. Rollins gets in the ring on the mic. He says last week Rey Mysterio and Dominic made a very heartwarming return to Monday Night Raw. They stood right here and said nothing is going to stop Mysterio from returning to the ring, and he believes with all his heart. So does Rollins, because Rey has a duty to uphold. The problem is Rey Mysterio hasn't been seen too clearly. He thinks that his duty is to his family, but in fact his duty is to be sacrificed to the future Monday Night Raw. He's giving Mysterio every chance to take the easy way out and walk away in the sunset, but he's been defiant at every turn. What Ross has to do now is so important. He calls Mysterio out and says he needs to ask for forgiveness. He begs Mysterio forgiveness, not for what he done in the past, for what he's being forced to do in the future. You'll see their bounds by fate, as fate will have it. It is the Monday Night Messiah, and Rey Mysterio is meant to be sacrificed, so he's forced to take piece of him, and little by little, tearing him apart until nothing is left. Rey and Dominic appear on the Titantron. Rey asks forgiveness, but not to Seth, to Dom, for what he has to do Rollins to avenge his eye. Dominic forgives his father, but says he's never going to forgive Seth. He'll never forget what his father did to him. Aleister Black and Humberto hit the ring, and we go to break. Back from commercial, Seth says he was hoping to run into Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo. But before he puts them out of their misery, he wants to know why they keep fighting Rey Mysterio's battles when clearly he wants to fight for them. A fraud and coward, Carrillo interrupts and says Rey isn't a coward, Seth is, and this is for his people. Aleister Black and Humberto Carrillo versus Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins. This was a pretty good tag team match, I should say. That's just my opinion. But we all know that Buddy Murphy and Seth Rollins by pinfall with a blackout from Seth Rollins on Humberto Carrillo. So Humberto Carrillo is a loser now. You know what I'm saying? I agree with Tim on this one. Humberto Carrillo is a loser now. Then it says after that post match, the heels beat Black down, but Carrillo makes the save before they can spike him into the steps. Murphy lays Humberto out with the steps. Rollins grabs the mask and he's being carried and puts it on Carrillo. He tells him he looks just like his idol, and directs Buddy Murphy to drag him over the steps. Black makes the save to return a favor, but he's fighting Murphy off. Seth is blackout on Humberto on the steps. Backstage, Asuka and Drew McIntyre are interviewed. Asuka chatter in Japanese, and Drew McIntyre says Dolph Ziggler is looking to get an advantage over him tonight, but he just having some fun, and he gave Dolph to pick up the stipulation, so he has no S cause when he lose. Asuka says Dolph isn't ready for Drew. He promised a tribute to the Undertaker after the break. All right. Back from the break, we get the unconventional Undertaker tribute, which is a recap of the tribute stuff from the last week's SmackDown and a music video. Lana is backstage trying to sell Ruby Riott on friendship or something, and Ruby isn't having it. See, Lana needs to go away from WWE. She just needs to go away. I'm so sick and tired of Lana on Monday Night Raw. So Lana, get off my television. So I did just say, Lana, just get off my television set. She keeps trying to say a woman pulled her out of depression last week. A woman with more wins than anybody in the model. WWE's Women's History, Natalia. And so we go to break. All right, Peyton Royce versus Ruby Riott. This was a decent match. That's just my opinion, but I still don't care about this match. So Ruby Riott lost to Peyton Royce again. I just can't believe it. But anyway, John Bailey Kay with a distraction. Royce fires off a reversal roundhouse kick. Arm wrenches, knee drop to the arm, taking her to the corner for more damage, and Kay cheers her on, choking Riott in the ropes, arm rendering into a hammerlock cover for the two. Sidestep, charge, duck, a lariat. Ruby with a soul but into a front kick and arm trap forearm to set up the Nua Atashi. Cover for two. Riott with an arm winger of her own, but Billy runs interference, trading covers. Peyton with a roll-up pin. Peyton Royce wins by pinfall with a twisted brainbuster. This match was decent and got off at the same time. Alright, backstage, Big Show is stretching when an interview rolls up. He talks about how he grew up with Ric Flair as a hero and how he welcomed Randy Orton to come try him and find out why he's the Big Show. As far as the Johnny and Garza go, they're not getting a friendly, happy Big Show. They're getting one angry giant after the break. Alright, back from commercial, we get a recap tonight open segment because Raw is 3 hours long. 3 hours long. Alright, Andrade, Cien and Angel Garza versus the Big Show in a 2-on-1 handicap match. I didn't really care about this match. It says the Big Show wins by pinfall with a chokeslam on Andrade Cien. Post-match, he draws Andrade up. Backstage, Apollo Crews, Ricochet, and Cedric Alexander are hanging out where R-Truth rolls up. See, where have Ricochet and Cedric Alexander been at? So Cedric Alexander and Ricochet been backstage catering. So that's all I gotta say. He thinks he's finally evaded the ninjas, then immediately suspects his friends here. Cedric reassure him he's not a ninja, but Truth switches to putting Richard over as his favorite superhero. And so we go to commercial break. Back to commercial break. MVP and Lashley makes their entrance and gets on the mic. Bobby Lashley promotes MVP to the reason he's teaching Apollo Crews a lesson. He says when he goes home into the 305, people ask how they can be like him, and he says can inspire them, and none of this matter if you can get back. That's why he's a joy for him to help Lashley unlock his limited potential. Some folks takes a heartfelt gusher and eagerly reject it, and that brings him to Cruz. When one of the longest reigning United States champion of all time offers to mentor you, you don't reject it, and he will not be disrespected. And to Apollo Crews, he says he means no disrespect. He just that he's a self-made man. If MVP's cared about anybody but himself, he would have listened when he turned down his service to the first time, instead of pushing and pushing. The only person that MVP truly cares about helping, he says, is himself. MVP says he admires that, but Apollo Crews really doesn't want him as an enemy. So Apollo Crews versus MVP, decent match. I just hate when champions are getting pinned at top of the middle of the ring. So MVP defeats Apollo Crews by pinfall with the Bridge Fisherman suplex. Alright, post match, Crews attacks MVP, but Bobby makes the save as lost the full Nelson. Referee swarmed the ring to break it up, but it takes Ricochet and Cedric Alexander hitting the ring and try him loose, and we go to commercial. Bobby Lashley versus Ricochet. It says the winner of the match, Bobby Lashley, wins by submission with a full Nelson. Alright, post match, Lashley knocks Alexander out in a full Nelson as well. Backstage, Dolph Ziggler is giving Bayley and Sasha Banks a prep talk, and he asks them to let him take care of business. Sasha laughs in his face and says he's been running around with Mandy Rose and Otis while they've been dominating, and so we go to commercial break. Alright, Asuka and Drew McIntyre versus Dolph Ziggler and Sasha Banks in a men's tag team match. Alright, who won this match? This match was I didn't really care about. Alright. The Dolph Ziggler and Sasha Banks win by pinfall with their bridging pin from Sasha Banks on Asuka. The Hills celebrated, and the shows went off the air. Other than that, Monday Night Raw was a decent show. That's all I gotta say. That's all I gotta say. Monday Night Raw was a decent show. But let me know down below in the comment section what you guys think of Monday Night Raw. Make sure you guys hit that like button and hit that red button, and I will leave my Twitter, my Instagram, and TikTok down below in the description. And I will see you guys in the next video. Big Boy John 20 out. Big Boy John 25. I'm on the road to 3K, and I'm out of here. Peace out, guys.